Is my mic on now? Can you guys hear me on the webinar?
Yes.
Perfect.
Hang on.
All right, look at this. 10 presentations in, and I'm getting I think this was my first, first I'm having technical difficulties with it, but nonetheless, that happens. That's what happens when you work with technology. These things sometimes happen. Thank you guys so much for your patience. We're just about getting live. I've got a new presenter here. Can you guys hear me on here? All right, perfect. Sony, I can't see you to make you a presenter. Can't see you at a presenter. Sony. There you go. Sony is now a presenter in Webinar Ninja. Perfect. Bear with me. There we go. Sony, you can go ahead now. You are where? Can you hear us now? Awesome. Are you presenting mode on the Google Meet as well?
Gonna have weird phone issues.
There you go. I see you on the Meet.
Okay.
I'm going to put on a headset just in case, so we get this thing set properly. And then go ahead and hit clear share screen. Are you not, isn't clicking not working? Okay, there we go. I see your presentation.
Oh boy. So I'm just gonna have to do it this way because I don't know. It's not working quite as I planned. Ah, there it is. Okay.
All right. And once that live, go into Google Meet, into the webinar platform, and then click share screen as well, because we broadcasting in two places.
Okay. Have to find that one. Sorry, guys. meet, email marketing.
And we'll get this party started shortly.
Come on. Here you are. So, share screen?
Share screen, yes. Yeah.
Okay.
The screen that you want to share with the presentation. It looks like you're sharing me right now.
I was, because you're in the right place. Closer and closer.
There we go.
Are we almost there?
Ready to go.
Okay, guys, sorry about that. So what happened is this is why we have a team of digital marketers behind us, because some of us are really good at some things and not so good at others. Right? So today yes, Preston?
No, I'll just say, is everybody hearing clearly? I just want to make sure the audio.
Yes, I'm hearing Kelly.
Perfect. Awesome.
So, bonjour, hello, buongiorno, magandang umaga, magandang gabi, wherever you are. Welcome, welcome. Thank you. Thank you for coming. I am passionate about email marketing because I find it so incredibly effective. And this is really my sweet spot. And some of you I know because you're on the team and we have such a good time. And all I have to do is write emails. And I love that. So what we're going to cover today is the value and benefits of email marketing, how to write an effective email, the types of emails, some strategic emailing, and then delivering an automation. So let's get started. The first thing that I want you to know, though, there is a magic marketing formula. And I got this from a guy named Dean Jackson. Eyeballs plus emails plus hearts equals faces. This is really what you need to know in marketing. And eyeballs is pretty much everything that Preston's team does, Java Logics does. Everything that you can do to get people's eyeballs on your website, from SEO to social media to emails and talking and whatever you're doing. That's the first part of the formula. And I got to tell you, Java Logics does it like nobody else. The second piece is emails. So we want to capture their emails. Not only do we want to capture those emails, we want to use those emails and email out to people, because this gets to the third part of the formula, the hearts. Once you connect with somebody's heart, then you will get the appointment, which is the faces. So the email component is key to developing deeper relationships, because people buy from people they know, like, and trust, right? Unless it's very inexpensive. So that's my caveat. But yeah.
Sony, can you just double check and see if the presentation is visible in the webinar platform? I just heard somebody say the presentation is not visible.
Oh, okay.
Thanks, Nalini. We'll get that fixed. Just try resharing it in the webinar platform.
Right. I have to go from. Let me move this guy over here. Let's see if this is what this says. Okay. Oh.
There we go.
You can see it again now?
I am seeing just me.
Okay. Let me try sharing screen 2. Are they seeing it now? They should be seeing it now.
Yes, I think they are. Is it visible now? It is visible. Oh, somebody else is saying it is visible. Just got to click on something, I guess, on their screen. Okay, perfect. Yeah, we're good.
Still visible? It looks like it's visible from the platform.
Yes.
Okay, great. Let me minimize that. Okay, so eyeballs plus emails plus hearts equals faces. We use this in real estate a lot because, we drive people to a website to look at a listing or do whatever. We capture their emails and then we nurture them until they set an appointment. So this heart is really key. So, and I know you're very practical people and you don't want to hear that, but relationship is key in most of the kind of marketing that I do, which is long-term. I'm not a transaction, one transaction and done. This is about developing a relationship that's going to be a lifetime so that you can continue building sales. Does that make sense? All right.
Yeah.
Okay. So the benefits of email marketing, and this is from statistics. It has the highest return on investment. You essentially pay one price to capture that email address, and you can use that email address forever until they opt out. That's pretty cool. So it's a one-time fee. That, according to the research, it says $36 in return for every dollar spent. That is the average return on your investment. 91% of US adults like to get promo emails from companies that they're doing business with. Complete strangers, not so much. I like this one because this is very true. There's a company called Shinesty. Tipsy Elves is very similar. They have these crazy Christmas suits, right? They have all kinds of suits, really. And my guy really likes these Shinesty suits. So I get their emails, and they are really targeted at, they know their brand. They are targeted at kind of the rebel of the world. Somebody who's kind of, I think of millennials like this, kind of the counterculture people. And their emails are very much like that. And if you haven't opened an email in 2 or 3 times, you'll get one that says, "Hey, is this not jiving for you anymore?" Or something like that. But they're always very tongue-in-cheek humor. And that's because they know their target market. So, because I'm a little bit like that, I like to get those emails. Another guy, Frank Kern, he is a master marketer. He's got these emails that I find hysterical. And for me, humor is really big. So these are the kinds of people I subscribe to. I know Munib reads a lot of data stuff because he likes that. And I would, I see them come through and I just put it in that to be read never file. But the whole, huh?
One quick question I want to ask you is that just is more for my information. I know that the numbers, and that's probably a few years back, but they're saying that every email address, that was the stat that you had in your email, would equivalent to $1 if you sent an effective email to your list. Is that still true today?
This report was a couple of years old, so yeah, I would say so.
Okay.
And I'm going to get to an example pretty soon of the campaign we did with Saida over Black Friday.
Right.
Yeah, so we'll talk about that in a minute. But 91% of adults like to get promo emails from people they know. That's huge, because we all think, I hate reading emails. But there are certain people you're like, oh, I can't wait to read this one. Email is 40 times more effective than Facebook and Twitter combined in helping your business acquire new customers. That's kind of a big statistic that comes from McKinsey. eMarketer says that according to 80% of professionals, email marketing drives customer acquisition and retention. And then the last stat, and I promise this is it for stats, email marketing is more likely to drive sales than social media marketing. And that's from Opt-in Monster. And there's a reason. I'm going to talk about that in a minute. One more thing, this is from the perspective of an email marketer, is you can target and personalize your content. So you can be very specific in the content that you get because you know who these people are who opted in. It allows you to build credibility in more than 15, 30 seconds. You build your brand recognition because they're going to be getting these emails from you over and over and again. Again, it boosts sales because you have them on hand and you're building a lifetime relationship that you can sell again and again and again. Stronger relationships because they're getting to know you as you get to know them. You can tailor your emails as you get to know them. Optimizing your time and budget. It's much easier to send one email to a whole bunch of people in a heartbeat than it is, to get your whole Facebook campaign up and running because it takes a day to get approved and, all that stuff. Exception, having Munib on your side. Increasing traffic to your website because the emails, you can still drive people back to your website, maybe to read a blog or read about a special. So it kind of gives you that ongoing, let's get people back to the website. And then lastly, it establishes your authority in a particular field. So like you've been getting these emails from Preston, right? About his masterclass here. You click on and then you go to the site and you're like, oh, let me go look at this. So it has that, and you're seeing that he does have authority in digital marketing because he's just been validating over and over and over again, right? Henri says 7,000 emails in our database, and I didn't catch that second part. It popped.
We don't have an email cabinet in place.
What? Let me help you. What I could do with that. So
That's
actually,
$7,000 extra.
So I'm glad you mentioned that, because I have realtors I've been working with for 20 years, gathering emails. I started this email marketing way back with Get Response in 1998. And I had some realtors come on with our website, and they were capturing emails, and they have been nurturing people over the years. Literally 13 years ago, a guy came in. He was working as a researcher in Africa, and he went into the Beverly Hills website, and Matthew, bless his heart, has been nurturing this guy for 13 years. The man is ready to buy a $47 million property for his home. He just bought a $64 million property for his offices. So that's a very long time nurture. And actually, I'm going to give you a really secret little email to use. Those 7,000 people, Henri, are not dead leads. They are simply people you don't know yet. So I have this, we call it the 9-word email that revives dead leads. And sorry, I hadn't written that one down because it just came to me. And it is, are you still looking for blank? Whatever they came, if you have them tagged well, hopefully you do, that they came in for something, then you can insert that something. And if you have multiple things, as long as you're using tags in your email sequencing, and if I've gone way, off the rails, tell me. But you can say, are you still looking for a digital marketing solution? Well, that doesn't sound good.
Henry is with Do My Laundry.
Henry! Oh, Henry. Yeah. So are you still overwhelmed with laundry? Are you tired of doing laundry now that we've been home for 2 years?
No, laundry has been very, very good.
You talk, Judy. Go ahead, Henry.
I said laundry has been very, very good to me.
Yes, it has. I know, but I'm not saying that to you. People have your emails. You've been collecting these 7,000 emails. So there is some 7,000 people out there who came in because they want somebody else to do their laundry. So,
of these 7,000, we probably have 1,000 that are active customers.
Perfect.
The other 6,000, some of them were visitors to Toronto. Some of them moved out of the area. But I still believe within that database, there's a lot of people that we're not bringing back. When you said 91% of Americans like to get an email from friendly companies.
Yes.
I figured they were friendly to us.
Yes.
But we just didn't have a campaign in place.
Yes.
Can we do something to make this work and worth their while?
Absolutely. And the first thing you want to do is reach out and find out if they still want some kind of service, because you have a variety of services. That's awesome. So I think we might be getting to that in a second. Let's see. How to write an effective email. So the first thing is you got to get in the mindset of your brand. And every time I write an email for somebody else, I kind of have to do a little, good thing I'm an actor, right? I kind of put on, okay, who is this brand? If I'm writing for Preston, I kind of pretend I'm Preston, or Henri. Henry. I'm like, okay, who is Henry, and what does his brand represent? Well, they are on it. They want to serve you. They want to do this. They want to do that. So I get my mindset around that. So you got to put on your acting skills. Then the second thing is you got to get in your audience's head and their hearts, because no email is about you. Oh, that's so painful. It's always about them and what they want. This is the biggest correction I make in every email that I review, because it's always, and we have somebody that we've been working with for a couple of years, a dear friend, and she has this great brand and she knows her voice, but it's always about her. And I get those emails and I'm like, no, I don't care, because I just don't care about you. I might a little bit, but the fact is I care about me. And the truth is, everybody is a narcissist. We all care about our needs. And how are you satisfying my need? So when I write emails, I get into that mindset and said, what is the best thing that I could say to make their dream come true? So, Henry, the dream come true is you show up at my door, you take my laundry, and you come back and you bring it back and it's perfect. The only thing else that you could do is hang it up for me. But, that would be my dream come true, that I don't even have to think about it. And that is the dream come true from your audience's perspective. So those are the two really key things about writing the effective email is, where is your mind? You've got to be in theirs. So the second thing is, here's the very practical thing for all of you practical people. The elements of your email. Your from address. Have you ever noticed that you've signed up for something from, say, Shynessy.com, and then you get an email from Joe Blow, and you're like, who is this? Those emails will not get read because they do not recognize it. You have to have congruence. So, I say this for Preston, you've got to have your brand name in the from line. It's got to be from Java Logics. Oh yeah, I remember signing up for that. Or Preston at Java Logics. Or something along those lines. We have a client, Dare Your Desire. Oh yeah, I remember signing up for that. But I don't necessarily remember the full name of this person. There's so many Angelas in my life. Not many Prestons, but Johns and Davids. And I'm like, I don't know this person and I'm not going to read it. I am not the only one that does that, right? So that is a key part of congruence is your website. If somebody comes in on a particular website, make sure that the from line matches. Then the second part is your subject. It's got to be compelling. It's got to be something I want to read. And if you use my name in that subject line, I am more likely to open it. Our favorite word in any language is our name. So use that and then think about, what is it that I'm sending that would get them to open this email? Well, obviously, if you're delivering something like you're giving their free ebook or whatever, you mention that, Preston, here's your free whatever, the subject line. But, we kind of did that with this sequence for your masterclass, didn't we? We went through and just changed the email subjects, and we changed not all of them, because I've seen a few that I was like, oh, Preston, we need to work on that.
Good enough.
But the titles, just like the titles of your webinars, we went through and said that. So subject has to be compelling. And there are many resources. If you just Google compelling headlines or trigger keywords, those are things that you want to use as much as possible. But no, people like their name and they like the words free. Or is it time for? If you get into the pain of what they're feeling, are you overwhelmed by laundry? Kids are home from college. It's time to do laundry. No, I don't want to do it. That kind of thing. And then the preview text. Many email providers have a preview text, and that's got to be kind of like a short snippet, like the captions that you read on ads. If the first one said, we're all adults here. Oh, the preview text, like for Do My Laundry, could be wouldn't your dream be
Kids home for the holidays?
Yeah. Well, that would be the subject line, maybe. Or is your laundry piling up and you don't know what to do about it? Or 3 secrets to, like if you have a great subject line and then the preview text says 3 secrets to getting what you want over Christmas or something. I don't know. The body copy has a very distinct structure. It really should be short and expecting a reply. That is one kind of email. If you want people to do something or respond to you, make it a one-liner. Can you make it to this is a great subject line. And then in the body is having, learn everything you can about doing your laundry this week. And then give them a link. I mean, that's short, expecting a reply. Or how many kids do you have that don't know how to do their own laundry? That kind of thing. So that's short and expecting a reply. The other kinds of body copy, because we'll go into that in the different kinds of emails, can be longer. And like Frank Kern, I mentioned him, he has these pages of emails, which everybody says nobody's going to read that, but it's not true because he's so well written and there's a lot of white space between the lines, but every word in his email it's like telling a good joke. He's bringing you, he's building on it, building on it, building on it until you burst out with a punchline. So the body copy, I say there's your greeting, you use their name in the greeting. So however you greet people, we have a client that always says greetings, and I always think earthlings, but greetings, Sony, and then one or two lines to capture their attention. Are you really struggling with? And then you can present, hey, I found, maybe put a little story in there. I found out blah, blah, blah. And then here's my solution. And then you have your call to action. So quite often in nurture emails, which we'll get to in a minute, we are simply giving, and there's not really a call to action in the body of the email, and then you sign off, and then the PS. And I always say there's always a reason for a PS, and that PS can be your call to action. It can be a very soft one, depending on the kind of email that you're giving. So if you're giving a nurture email, like I know Henry does like things with laundry, like how to get a stain out, or he does these blog posts, right? So then the call to action could be very soft. Like, oh, have you been struggling with this and you want us to help you? Great. Click here and you can subscribe or whatever it is, right? Other kinds of calls to action in the PS could be, here are 3 ways I can help you today. And when you do that, give them 3 things: a free, a low price, and a dream come true. And that's, you don't put the price on any of these, but you know that the first option is going to be their free option that is easy for them to do. The second would be a medium priced, which could be setting an appointment. It may not have a physical monetary value, but that is expensive to them because their time is very valuable, right? So, and then the third one would be your full meal deal package. It's like Preston's $10,000 package. It's presented as options. We can do this. Yeah.
I'm just going to share with the team. I was looking for our template that we use for headlines. I'm just going to share it in the chats for them so they can check that out after.
Okay.
I've got 100 different headline templates that you can use. You can continue on.
Thank you.
Sorry.
So we have different kinds of emails. One is very specific: delivery and welcome. If you've offered them a product, you sold them a product, you need to deliver it. That's all there is to it. And this is where you set the tone for everything that comes after. Give them an expectation. Say, hey, here's what you asked for, and here's what you can expect from us. Welcome to the family, because this is kind of like the first time you meet somebody face to face. Oh, come in. We love to have you here. Let me show you around. So that can be your delivery and welcome. The nurture is a little bit more of that. So the nurture emails are brand reinforcement. Here's what Java Logics is all about. Or, here's what we expect of you. Here's what you should expect of us. And you're enculturating them into your business. And, sometimes you're also introducing other things that you do. Because sometimes, like people sometimes think I'm a website person, and I'm not. I have this beautiful team behind me that builds websites. And then they find out, oh no, she's actually a word person. Oh, well, I need that. So it's kind of like sometimes people come in on one avenue and they don't realize everything that you do. And you only find out when they go to somebody else to get their copy, and you're like, hey, wait a minute, that was me, that's what I do. The second piece of nurture is curated content, and that is blogs essentially, or something that is very specific to what they purchased. So you purchased a widget. The curated content would be how to use that widget in the way they intended, then other ways they could use that widget. Oh, and then maybe there's some complementary widgets that they could use. Or like I know Preston offers sometimes a webinar or a video about how people have done things. So that's curated content that you're very intentional about the relationship of that information to what people came in on. And then another nurture is newsletters. So like I mentioned, Matthew and this, $34 million sale that he's getting after 13 years is every single month, like clockwork, he sends out a newsletter about the new listings in Beverly Hills. He grew up in Beverly Hills, so he talks about the neighborhoods. He talks about what's going on or a favorite memory. His dad been on the property where the Getty Museum is, before it was even built. So like he has stories. Oh, I took my first date here, so it's kind of fun that consistently for 13 years, he sent emails, and this guy has got a relationship because of that. Some people come to you and like, oh, they feel like they know you. That's when you know you've been doing a good job. And you're like, who are you again? Oh, I came in on your newsletter. Don't you know who I am? That's when you've been doing a good job. Then call to action emails can be your upsells, your special offers, new products, and feedback. Because we do need feedback. We need testimonials. So these are the kinds of emails that we have. Preston, got anything else to add?
Yeah, definitely. While you were saying these things here, I was just thinking about, I have a bunch of tools that I can share with you guys. Did anybody check out the headline template file yet?
Don't talk about email writing tools. I'm talking about email writing tools.
Yeah, no. What I was going to do was not too much about talking about that, but I was thinking I should get these guys on our email sequence. I don't think any of the folks on here, just to lead by example. So if you'd like me to go ahead and manually opt you in, just click opt me in in the comments, and I'll make sure to add your email to our email sequence, that you can see what kind of emails that I send out for value, and then you can use that for inspiration.
Great idea. All right. So if you still feeling like, I'm not really a very good writer, or I don't know what to say, there are all of these products, and I'm sure there are a lot more. Funnel Scripts is the one you hear about a lot because he does really good marketing. Russell does. And what they do is they take you through a sequence of questions, and then they do a magic, essentially it's like mail merge, and they have some of their key structures that they do, and then they merge it together, and then, hey, you've got a script. The one caveat, actually there's several caveats, do not just blanketly take that and paste it. That is a starting point. All of these are starting points, in my opinion. It gives you a nice structure, and then you go back and put your personality, your brand on it. They are really good about getting what is it that the customer wants out of you. Those are something in common with all of these things, but they may not have that particular twist that your brand has. Like, I usually use humor. So that's a big thing. I particularly, and I didn't mean to make it the biggest one, but Script Doll, she has some really hysterical emails, and I really love them. When I Googled scripts this morning, email scripts. Then email writer came up, and it's on AppSumo right now. That is the only one I have not used, so I can't say anything about it. I think there was a free trial, so you might want to eyeball it and see if the templates work for you. So just something to consider. They're fun, and the cool thing about them is they tell you the different kinds of sequences that you could want. So, is this a promotional sequence to my list? Is this a cold prospecting sequence? Is this an upsell? Is this a downsell? Is this a side sell? Or is this an empty cart sequence? So they are very handy tools, and I think I use 4 of these just kind of to get me started, to know a framework. But you have to know your voice, and you are the only one who can know your voice. And that is really key. We have a client, and she is actually a really good copywriter, but sometimes she needs the structure. But what comes out of these is usually very business oriented. And she is in a very soft industry. She's a sensuality coach. And her audience does not respond to the hard sell stuff. What they respond to is the lovely flowery language that she's known for. So that's just something, these are helpful tools. Everything's just a tool. Strategic emailing, we call them funnels. So every part of a funnel, I know you've gone over funnels, right, Preston?
Yeah.
That you have a landing page, then you probably have an email, and then you have the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. Another good thing about Russell is that he has all these little sheets laid out. And the cool thing is that you can see what kind of email letters should be sent within them. And that's just something to be aware of, to plan for emails before landing pages. And you can be very strategic. What do I want to happen here? So my dream would be somebody sees the page and goes straight to purchase, and then they are my client for the rest of my life. But the fact is, quite often they'll go to a page and they'll think about it. They may download your free tool, as Preston calls them, the bribe. And then what? Well, then you've got to remind them to go back and purchase. So this is kind of what these are talking about. And this is really important. And I would say Google email funnels and all of those script places before talk about where you use these in sequences, what the sequences can be. We typically offer, Preston does, a 3 or 5 email sequence, because most of our people are coming in with an opt-in funnel. This is a big part of what is included in a package with Preston, right? Is an opt-in funnel. And so we will have a 3 email sequence with the intention of driving sales. Longer sequences are more about building the nurture. All right, delivery and automation. So you're thinking, okay, I got all these emails. How do I get them delivered? Automation has come a long way, baby. And we really promote MailPoet. I love MailPoet. I find it very easy. It integrates with WordPress. So pretty much if you get a website from JavaLogix, you're going to get a MailPoet. Is that not right, Preston?
Yeah. All websites will first have a default 5,000 person email.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
And the cool thing about these automations is that it has built in that structure that if they do this, then this. So, if they purchase, then great. They get the delivery sequence that nurtures them into and enculturates them into our business, and then sells them on the next thing and the next thing and the next thing based on what they purchased. Then, if they didn't purchase, well, then they go into a downsell sequence. Oh, that didn't work out for you? Well, what about this? What about this? What about this? And if they still haven't purchased, hey, are you still in the market for this? Perhaps this happened. So these automations are awesome. I really, Preston introduced me to Mail Poet. I really love it. It's really useful for delivering newsletters, which are just a monthly, keeping yourself in front of them, but giving them information that they would want or need or use or just enjoy. There are others. MailChimp and Active Campaign are very big ones. Get Response is another big one. Infusionsoft, or now it's called Keep, because they're trying to get away from Confusionsoft and they want you to keep it. It is a little more complex. They have gotten a lot better than previous years, but it is very complex. If you have a larger business, it is a really good tool. There are lots and lots. Every Tom, Dick, and Harry has their own. But I think for us, we really recommend Mail Poet. And I think that's kind of where I'm ready for questions, because I got you right here to 9:51.
Awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Sony.
My pleasure.
That was awesome. So I knew definitely by bringing you on, there'll be a number of things that. Sony, can I get you to mute yourself? I'm getting myself twice. When you speak, I'm just gonna fix the settings. Let me know once you muted yourself.
I've muted on Meet.
There we go. No, on the platform too.
Okay.
On the webinar. I think that's what it was.
Okay. 1 second. Let me figure that one out.
It's okay. I'll continue. I'm hearing myself as an echo for now. Okay, perfect. Any questions? Feel free to ask any questions in the comments. I'm sure there's probably things churning up. I got a big note here to make sure I reconnect back with Henry to get that campaign going for his 7,000 subscribers. We're gonna have to clean that out and get that Sorry, I muted myself on the group. %80 came from email marketing. Yeah, so just in terms of that, like in that campaign alone, even though we ran, a fairly good campaign online, 80% of the sales still came from that audience that know, liked, and trust her, and just by sending an email, right? There was no additional cost beyond getting somebody to write the email, put the email sequence together, and then just send it out to all those people's inboxes. Got it. Amazing. Yes. Yeah. They both do similar things. There's certain things that MailChimp does additional that I'm not sure 100% for your use case, but we can definitely take a look at it. Maybe we thought it was a use case that we needed, but maybe we don't. So I'll definitely connect with you to talk a little more about that. All right. Any other questions? I saw your message, Thomas. I will definitely send you a link and we can connect and go into it this week. And yeah, Henry, I will send you over a proposal on a fully, done for you type system. All right, perfect, Career Market. I will send you a message, Thomas. So Henry, yes, we'll connect about that. I'll be down in Toronto this week, so I will see you guys for sure. All right. Any other questions before we close out? Let me say a big thank you to Dr. Sony. Thank you so much for jumping on today. I know I'm in Montreal, yes. Oh, for the next 2 weeks? All right, perfect. Connect with me before Monday because I'm heading down to Toronto on Monday afternoon about. All right, sounds good. Awesome. All right, I have your number, so I'll give you a call right after the call today. 1:30? Okay. I'll put a reminder. Take care. All right, Russell, thank you so much. We definitely got to get on some email marketing for you, bud. I think that would definitely help your brand. Yeah, thank you everybody else for jumping on today. The recording should be available in the next 2 hours. And don't forget again to just say opt me in if you want me to click that little checkbox for you to get you in our email sequence. And you'll get to see some of Dr. Sony's magic in action with the email sequence that she puts out for us. And I look forward to connect with you guys in the next couple of weeks. Okay, I'll see you guys next week. Last one for the year. Next Saturday is the last session, and then I'll put together the 2022 sequence where we're going to do more of a deep dive into things in next year. But I think we're going to keep this going. Let me know if you want me to keep this going. Just type in the comment section if you want me to keep this going next year. Full year of almost every Saturday. I think we did almost every Saturday with the exception of 1 or 2 holidays. There we go. And we got lots of really good speakers to bring on too. I see we got David on the call here. It's our web designer, so you can definitely share some awesome tips on here. We got Wenz who does copywriting, Chinny who is a social media whiz, and a couple of the people that we can bring on to share some of their knowledge with us. All right, I like that. DigiU or Preston U. I like. Oh, even better. I don't want to call it Preston U. It might sound too much like that Trump U that got him sued. Oh, look at that. We got a second vote for Preston U. There we go. Oh, boy. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for joining, and I will talk to you guys all shortly. Bye. Take care. Bye, Kemba. Whoa. Yes, come on.